everyone to Unity Spiritual Community. Please rise, for those of you who are able, and join us in singing our opening song. We are all friends here. We are all friends. There are no strangers once you walk inside the door. We welcome you to live in this family of love and hold you in our arms where you are. We are all friends here. There are no strangers once you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are. And hold you in our hearts the way you are. You may be seated. Good morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Community. So we're going to try to speak loudly today because we had a couple different things with our tech where a mic stand was forgotten and everything's a little different, but it's loud enough, right? Okay, good. And hopefully for those of you also on Zoom and YouTube. Welcome. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Community in Citrus Heights. And we open our service affirming Unity's first principle, that there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in this ministry, God, the good, omnipotent. Let's say that together. There is only one power and one presence active in my life and in this ministry, God, the good, omnipotent. And we know that for everything, there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. Each moment is precious, and each season of life is an opportunity for growth as well as for celebration. So we see each of you in your divinity, and we open this service in prayer, thankful for every unfoldment of our lives that brings each of us closer to our fullest expression of our Christhood. So may each one present be blessed today by our joining of our hearts and our minds. And so it is. And I'm Lisa Lawson. I'm licensed Unity teacher here at Unity Spiritual Community. And I'd like to welcome Ron Salazar, licensed Unity teacher, coming to us from Walnut Creek.
Yes.
He'll be our guest speaker today. And Ron came to speak for us even though he just had knee surgery. So we're letting him sit down for the service.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'd like to invite Ashley Forsyth to read today's word. Today's daily word.
Hello, everyone. Today's Sunday, April 6, 2025, and the word for today is assurance. I live with the assurance of my divinity. There may have been times I doubted my ability to create the life of my highest imaginings and resigned myself to living a limited life. Today I make a new choice. I see myself as fully divine and fully human. I am so much more than my past. Even if I made many regrettable decisions or disempowering choices, I have the assurance that with each new day I can begin again and build the life I want to live. As I pray, I feel the limitations of the world fall away. In the silence, I feel the presence of God and the fullness of my own divinity. This is the enduring truth of who I am. I affirm I am strong, I am creative, I am wise. I leave the past behind and eagerly create my future, assured of my eventual success. And the scripture today is from 1 John 4:13, and it reads, "By this we know that we abide in him and he in us, because he has given us of his Spirit." Assurance.
Thank you, Ashley. So now if you please join me in singing a song by Mark Stanton Welch, who's one of our wonderful musical leaders who especially works with our youth in this region. It's called Power. And I think it goes with this daily word. Listen to it once and then you can join me. I stand here in my power, I am fully realized, I am free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine within this energy and talent, I manifest my dreams, all my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me, I am, I am, I am, I am, join me. I stand here in my power, I am fully realized, I am free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine with endless energy, talent, I manifest my dreams, all my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me, I am, I am, I am, I am, one more time. I stand here in my power, I am fully realized, I am free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine, with endless energy and talent, I manifest my dreams, all my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me, I am, I am, I am, I am. Thank you. So we do welcome each one of you who's with us here today at Sylvan Community Center on Zoom or on YouTube Live. And we know that each one of you is here by divine appointment. And we thank you for adding to the joy of our Sunday celebration. So if it's your first time here with us today, please make sure to pick up a welcome packet from an usher. That would be Brian or B, and he has welcome packets. And also, we have a sign up for our email list in the lobby. We send out an email newsletter every Friday to let you know what's coming up, not only that weekend, but in the coming weeks. Today is the first Sunday of April. And so you know what? It's birthday Sunday. And I just realized that. And so if your birthday is in April month, would you please rise if you are able and let us know your name and the name of your day of your birthday. What's your birthday, Brian?
April 22nd.
April 22nd. Anyone else? All right, let's sing happy birthday to Brian. Sorry, I'm on transpose, that's why. That's too low. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, God bless you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Brian. And now we're going to take a moment to greet each other, remembering that many Unity people love to give hugs, but sometimes we don't love to give hugs. Sometimes we prefer just a fist bump or a handshake or a namaste. So if you prefer that, just go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and stand and greet each other now. And your cue to return to your seats is the music.
Hi, Jeff. I got to come over here. How long is it?
10 days.
It's a tough one, so I didn't tell you what you're so brand new after.
Hey, young man.
No high school.
Hey, Carter.
You're at 1-3,
Yes.
so you had archery for a long time. They're Washington now, aren't they?
How are they? I don't know, that was our previous one.
I'm in my own show right now.
I'm listening to them. They're on YouTube a lot.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm a big fan. They just wanted to hear about it.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Brian, happy almost birthday.
Jeff, what's up?
Thank you, Marie. Marie says it sounds okay. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, join me. All is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well. All is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I need. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. Here we go. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know when I just let go that I'll have all I need. Here we go. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well. All is well. It's a Karen Drucker song. So now this is the time in the service that we draw our attention to the prayer box, which is kept in the lobby. Brian's holding it there, little blue prayer box. And we do place our prayer requests for ourselves, for our loved ones, for concerns that we have about the world in that box. And our prayer chaplains take those requests and pray over them, and then send the names to Silent Unity, where they are prayed over for 30 days. And I've been there. It's a pretty special place. I do the prayer vigil chapel. So, and we also invite you to approach us for individual prayer after the service, if you would like. And we have a little prayer area set up. I'm the only prayer chaplain here today. I'm happy to pray with you. I often seem busy, but I'll always take that moment to step aside and pray. So just ask me and I will. So at this time, we draw all of those requests into the center of our being, into that place of perfect peace. And right now we draw Reverend Carla into that place of perfect peace. That love, support, and guidance, as well as our church, in this time of changes. We know that in every circumstance, we are guided by the Christ within, that all is available to us, that every need is met before it is voiced. That even though we may not see the orderly outpicturing, that it is present, and that truly all is well, and life is good. So we've affirmed this today, and we release all of our concerns into the loving care of the Christ Spirit. Say, thank you, God. Amen. Oh, Spirit, guide me deep inside me. Take me to my heart place, a place of ease and grace. Breathe in this moment, this sacred moment. I am peace. I am renewed. Please join me in preparing for a time of meditation. Right, anytime you're ready.
Now just relax and sit into your seat and feel your back against the chair and feel the chair beneath you. Feel the feet grounded to the ground. And know that your feet are on Mother Earth, even though there may be wood and cement between us and Mother Earth. It's all part of Mother Earth. So you're grounded to Mother Earth. And now move inside and feel your heart. And feel the blood flowing and carrying the warmth from the rest of your body through your heart. And visualize a warm white light, the light of love, flowing from your heart through the rest of your body. And let that light just fill you till it flows out of your fingertips and your toes and fills the room here. Your love touching everybody else's. And let that love flow outside of the building and into the community around us, touching everyone with your love. Now expand it into flowing into the east and the west and the north and the south, until it enfolds Mother Earth, and your love is added to the atmosphere of our planet. And as we move into the silence, take these words with you. I am goodness. I am goodness. I am goodness. And as we move back into the room, know that you can always go to this warm and peaceful place. And know that your love is ever present in our world. And so it is.
beyond any words, as certain as grace. I wish you faith. I wish you could see the view that I see there at the edge of possibility. I pray that you will find all that you need. I wish you peace that comes from within, gentle release of all that might have been, like the stillness that waits between waking and sleep. I wish you peace. I wish you could see the you that I see there at the edge of possibility. I pray that you will find all that you need. I wish you strength to rise unafraid, like the morning sun, taking on the day. Because when you shine, you light up the place. I wish you strength. I wish you faith. I wish you peace. I wish you strength. And now we're going to just make a few adjustments so that people on Zoom can see Ron and hear him too. So let's just do that now. Is the video the first thing?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to play that first?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I start?
Do you want to start before the video?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It's be about 5-7 minutes.
1 second. Let me just get them so they can see you here. Oops. There we go.
We good? Good morning, everybody. And good morning to you at home and on Zoom, wherever. My name is Ron Salazar, and as Lisa said before, I'm a licensed Unity teacher. And first, I want to apologize for my attire. I don't usually wear sweats when I talk, so. And it just goes along with the lessons that I've learned since I've had my knee for about a couple weeks. I had an operation. I've learned a new level of humbleness. Yes, I've learned a new level of asking for help. Right? And what I want to talk about today is spiritual maintenance. And when I first started to create this talk, I titled it spiritual maintenance, but then I thought about that beautiful Zen Buddhist quote that says, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Right? So I want to rename my talk, Chop Wood and Carry Water. All right? Because all of us here never had to do that. I mean, maybe some of you have, I don't know. But it's been a couple generations since most people have had to chop wood to keep their house warm and carry water from the creek or the well or the river. Oh, you did that, okay. So you know. And it's a very mundane deal, right? But it's something we have to do. What?
The phone's on, oh, it's okay. It just doesn't show, yeah.
Okay. Don't look at the witch on the wall right now. It's coming. But anyways, so it's the everyday stuff that we have to keep, that we need to do, right? To keep like prayer and meditation. And one of the things I do is every day before my head leaves the pillow, and every night as it hits the pillow, I say, thank you, God, for another beautiful day. Doesn't matter what the day was like, you know, what I still, and for me, it brings me an attitude of gratitude, right? And I start the day with that, and I end the day with that. And for me, that's chop wood, carry water, right? And so these past couple years for me have been very challenging physically. Right? And so I want to tell you about this, okay? So in December of 2022, I was sitting at work, and I get this intense bout of wooziness accompanied by a pain in my chest, like when you get food stuck in your esophagus, right? So I ended up going to the emergency, and they put me in the hospital, and everything works. Everything works really well, but they couldn't figure out why this was going on. So I was going to my doctor for about 5 months trying to figure out why this was going on. We figured it out, and it was my thyroid medicine that I take every day. That was the issue. So we took care of that. But in those 5 months, on February of 2023, I went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor to see if that causing my wooziness. Nothing, he couldn't find anything. But he did find that my right ear was filled with liquid. Turned out to be brain liquid, right? And so he said, but if we drain your ear, you'll hear better. I said, great. And he drained my ear, and he goes, how's your hearing? I said, it's worse. And ever since that moment, I've had tinnitus, which I've never had before. So meanwhile, about a month later, my employer hired a new manager, crazy woman. And she saw that I was sick, so she decided that I couldn't be there anymore. So my employer started to fire me, and I fought it for 5 months. And they couldn't justify firing me. And so I went out and got a lawyer, and then in January 2024, they eliminated my job. And then in April of 2024, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And so we made an appointment to have my prostate removed on June of 2024. On June 1st, 2024, 2 weeks before my prostate removal operation, my meniscus in my left knee tore. And so I go then to get my prostate removed. And so I don't know what it's like to have a torn meniscus without a prostate being removed. And I don't know what it's like to have a prostate being removed without a torn meniscus. It's just really, and so one more thing. A few hours after I got into my into my hospital room after my surgery, my aunt, who is my 97-year-old Alzheimer's woman who's my mom, and her sister had a stroke. So I spent the next few hours on the phone trying to get care for my mom while I was recovering from an operation. So all this is going on. All this is still going on, right? And I'm thinking a couple months ago, after all this, why wasn't I doing the Wicked Witch of the West imitation? Anybody ever felt like that? Right? And so I realized that the reason why I wasn't doing that was that I live by Unity's 5 principles. Right? And I'm sorry, I live by Unity's 5 principles. Okay? And Unity's 5 principles, when I was a trainee for licensed Unity teaching, we never talked about the 5 principles. And this is really all new to me for the last couple years. But I was living this without knowing this. And thank you. And so I wanted to talk about the 5 principles for a little bit. Right? And so the first principle is God is all. Right? So there is only one presence and one power active as the universe is in my life. God the good. Right? And so I'm learning, especially with all the stuff I said, I'm learning to have a new, deeper level of God consciousness, of the consciousness of God, right? Because of this. And then the second one is you are God. Our essence is of God. Therefore, we inherently good. This good essence was fully expressed in Jesus the Christ. So in my experience in the past couple of years is that my consciousness with God has grown deeper. Right? My knowing that I'm one with the presence of the universe has deepened because of this and everything else. Right? And then the third principle, co-creating with God. We are co-creators with God, creating reality through thoughts held in mind. That just blows my mind. You know, my first 30 years of my life, I didn't think I was worth anything lower than anything else on this planet. That has changed 180%. Right? And it's because I do understand now that the presence of God is within everything, and including me. Right? I mean, if God is everywhere, God doesn't stop being when he hits my head, right? Or when he hits my leg or my torso or she, right? I mean, and then the other thing about God being present everywhere is that everywhere that God is 100%, right? So within us is 100% of the divine source of the universe. That's a really cool thing to know, right? And then step 4, or principle 4, excuse me, communication with God. Through prayer and meditation, we align our heart, mind with God. Denials and affirmation are tools we use, right? So, now, getting back to chop wood, carry water, right? Denials and affirmations, right? So these are some of the tools we can use in the divine gym to keep our spiritual strength up. Not only to keep our spiritual strength up, but to strengthen our spiritual strength, to bring forth the endurance of our spirituality. And then the last but not least, number 5 principle is expressing God. Through thoughts, words, and actions, we live the truth we know. And so we just talked about how to become conscious of these 5 principles, right? I know now that I became conscious of these 5 principles without knowing I was becoming conscious of these 5 principles. And the reason being is because, like I said before, we are God. Right? We are the essence of God. God needs us, Divine Spirit needs us as much as we need him, her, or it. Right? God needs us to express himself or herself or itself in this world. And he uses that through us. And our only responsibility is to be us, is to be you, is to be me. Right? I mean, there are lots of songs of people who believe that all we have to do is be me. Right? My mom used to tell me, when I used to ask her, how do you talk to girls? And she'd say, just be yourself. Well, I didn't like myself. So why would I be myself? Right? But I understand today what she was talking about, even if she didn't know what she was talking about. Right? Is that, I grew up Catholic, and they talked about, if I heard it once, I heard it 1,000 times, the kingdom of God is within you. Right? And I didn't know what that meant until I came into unity. Right? But I also got to unity because I was chopping wood and carrying water on my spiritual path. Right? About 35 years ago, I got sober off of alcohol and some other stuff. Right? And so if we can go to slide 3, please. And so everybody has their own path, right? My path was through the 12-step spiritual path. And I didn't know how important step 11 was until I came into unity. And step 11 says, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood God, praying only for the knowledge of that God's will for us and the power to carry that out. Myrtle or Charles or one of the Unity writers could have wrote this, right? Because that's the essence of what the Unity path is, right? It's becoming conscious of a divine source within us, right? And for me, I used to hear God's will, and most of my life it was thy will be done. And today, it's our will be done, right? Because we're co-creators with the divine source within us. So that's why our responsibility is to express that divineness within us, because each of us does that individually, right? I get to be up in front of people and talk. I'd love to do that, right? It's probably the ham in me, right, that wants to talk in front of people. But now I get to do it with a purpose, with a divine purpose, right? And that's to express the goodness that is within me. And then step 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to our brothers and sisters and practice these principles in all our affairs. So this is talking about expressing God. And what I find interesting is, so Bill Wilson and the Fillmores were contemporaries, right? And the word principle, Charles Fillmore in his writings used the word principle for divine source or divine God. So here, Bill Wilson, just a drunk, and Charles, who was his spiritual mystic, used the same words. I find that very interesting. It's all tied together, right? Can we go to slide 4? Thanks. And so I didn't know this until I watched that clip we just watched. And in that little speech, after she says, "I'm melting you, brat," she says, "Who would have thought a good little girl like you could destroy my beautiful wickedness?" Right? And so in the early 20th century, New Thought used the word goodness as Charles and Bill Wilson used the word principle, or as we use the words divine source, right? And so, and this is from 1939, right? So if the way I want to see it is, she's talking about God. Who would have thought a good little girl, right? So that's the essence of goodness, right? And that's just me sticking my perception on that, right? But that's what I get out of it. And all this happens because we chop wood and carry water, right? Because we do, if we do, and I'm sure you folks do, or you wouldn't be here this morning, is that you walk your path with grace and humility and perseverance, right? And so when the time comes, when your knee goes out and you need a surgery, and you don't pray for 3 or 4 days because life is really tough, you still express the essence of God, right? And then when that time passes and you can get back to praying and meditating and stuff, you've even grown from that because you chop wood and carry water every day. And this is how we become more aware of the consciousness of the goodness within us. So we chop wood and carry water. I love that. I don't think I want to chop wood and carry water. The actual, I mean, chopping wood was tough. I do remember that. I always have a hard time wrapping these things up. Maybe after 25 years, because I've been doing this for about 15 years now. So maybe by the time I hit 25. But what I really want to say is that you are the essence of God. And when you go out today, like my mom used to say, just be yourself, right? And you will express the divineness within you, with everyone you meet. Thank you.
It's hard to be multi-talented.
Especially when you forget your mic stand. Thank you, Ron. We're so glad you could join us today. This is a song by Reverend Blair Tabor, who is going to be joining us on Zoom at the end of the month. Wake up, my soul, and reach for the sky. Wake up, my soul, join the Spirit and fly to bless all creation with joyous our love offering. Brian's going to come around and pass the bag, and many of you make your offerings online. And if you do that, or we just want you to make sure you just bless the bag at least, even if you're not putting something in it. So we pass it to every person, and just really, embrace that spirit of supply and prosperity and joy today. So we just breathe into the gratitude for the good that every single gift brings as it passes through this loving community. We're grateful for each other, for our gifts, and we open our hearts in this great circle of life as we give generously, knowing that all that we give comes back to us, and we receive all the gifts of the universe. And so knowing, we bless these gifts, and we say our affirmation together. I give thanks for my new vision of God as my infinite, constant, abundant source. And let's say that one more time. I give thanks for my new vision of God as my infinite, constant, abundant source. And so it is. And we're going to sing Divine Love Flowing Through Me as Brian, did you pass it? No, Brian passes the bag. Sorry, this is going to be too high for you. There you go. Divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all I receive, and all that I am. Freely, freely I have received, freely, freely I give. Divine love through me blesses all that I have, all that I give and receive. Thank you, Brian. We do have a few announcements. Today we're going to have a prayer circle after service, and if you're able to join us for that, we'll have a short break for refreshments and comfort, and then come back and circle around that table. And we will have a special time of prayer for Reverend Carla and for our church today. And then next week we'll be back here for a Palm Sunday service at Sylvan Community Center. And I didn't give it a title yet, but it's going to be Palm Sunday. Michael, my husband, will be joining us for music that day. And then we have our Full Moon Circle. I think it's pretty much set for the 16th of April, which is a Wednesday night.
I think so.
And we'll keep you posted. I think last week's sign up is still up on the website. I will change that, but if you want to sign up, I'll know what you mean, even if you sign up before that. And Amy's in charge of that. So, and then on the 20th, it's Easter Sunday, right here at Sylvan Community Center. Liam, my son, will be joining us, and maybe another singer. And then the last Sunday of the month is our Zoom Sunday. That'll be with Blair Tabor. So Reverend Blair Tabor, who we've enjoyed so much in the past. I think that's all the announcements for today. So let us circle up and sing our closing songs. And maybe try to include Ron in that. So we'll do our circles.
Peace that was meant to be.
surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And God bless you all. Have a wonderful week.
Very nice to meet you.
We got a good thing going on around here. We got a good thing going on around here. You can see it on each and every face. There's a sweet, sweet spirit in this place. We got a good thing going on around here. We got a good thing going on. We got a good thing going on. We got a good thing going on. We got a good